Hey, alright, super nice day out. Um, I wanted to do this big unwrapping of the boat for springtime when I finally unwrapped it and make it this big dramatic process and get it all on film, but I was kind of like a kid on Christmas. And I just kind of ripped that tarp right off of there. And that's why I got a big smile on my face. It's so nice to see my little baby girl after all these winter months. I'm in a t-shirt today. It's like 70 degrees out. So yeah, we got a few projects we're gonna do right now. All right, one of the things I want to get that I want to do pretty quickly here is get the mast up. I know it seems kind of goofy to have a mast up on your boat when it's sitting in your backyard, but I just like it out of the way because it's in the way if I'm working on projects and I'm getting in and out. I'm sick and tired of bonking my head on it every time I come out of the companionway. B, I just like to look at the boat with the mast up. And sometimes I like to run the rigging and just like stare at that and play with that a little bit. And yeah, so don't judge when I put the mast up on my boat when it's sitting in my backyard. So before we do that, there's a couple things going on with the mast that I gotta do. One is get a bulb in the masthead light, and I got some new replacement LED lights that will replace these normal old filament style light bulbs. And actually the only one that worked was this one here in the stern. The one up on the bow for that nav light we discovered earlier wasn't working. And then the masthead light never worked when I tested that out last year, and I realized the reason why was because there's no light bulb in it. So we're going to throw one of these new LED, more energy efficient light bulbs in there before we get the mast up. By the way, this you can get on Amazon. I'll put a link below so you can order these for yourselves to replace all your bulbs. And everything else that I got going on here is also from Amazon. I'll leave links below for that. So the other thing we're going to do is make a more proper through deck fitting for the radio antenna, the VHF. So we got this kind of like through deck piece that we're gonna use. The previous owner before just had the wire sticking up through a hole and kind of like tried to seal the hole. So I think this will do a little bit better job. Again, link in the description if this will suit your needs and you want to get one for yourself. And the other thing we're gonna need to do for that project is one of these doohickeys, because I had to reroute the antenna wire from the radio, through the boat to get to where it needs to go. I ripped this part of it, the end piece off, so I could run it. So we're going to replace it with this. It is a no solder, no stripping thing. You basically just, cut a nice even bit of the wire off. You slide this thing on there, you crimp it down with a pair of pliers, screw it all together, and it's good to go. So I'll show you that process again. You need one of these, and I've actually used one of these before when on that boat, when I redid the antenna for that boat, and they work out really well. So again, link in the description below if this will suit your needs. What else? I'm waiting on a VHF antenna because this mast does not have an antenna, but it's got the antenna hookup. So I'm still waiting on that, and we'll get to that when that arrives. And the other thing that I want to do is maybe kind of corny to some of you, but I'm really looking forward to it. Once I get this mast up, I want to test this out. Probably can't tell what that is. There's barely a picture there, but it's a hammock, and I really want to see if this mast in the forestay can support a hammock. I don't see why it wouldn't. So I want to get that rigged up too and give that a old test shot. But for now, let's get these bulbs in. These nav lights, it's all kind of the same. The light, the bow, stern, and the mast light, it's all the same kind of style. And they all got these little gaskets here. So I kind of rubbed a little bit of oil on there Vaseline works a little bit better, but I don't have any Vaseline, so I rubbed some oil on there to kind of give the gasket some new life, because there was a little bit of moisture getting in there, so hopefully that helps that problem there. So yeah, let's get these new bulbs in, because that's an easy enough task. Okay, another thing I need to do here is replace this block that is used to raise the jib. As you can see, the sheave there is all cracked and corroded. Terrible. So that means replacing, I mentioned in another episode that I got 2 of these Schaefer blocks on eBay, used for 20 bucks for the pair, so 10 bucks for a block that's even bigger. Good deal if you ask me. So yeah, this will replace that block. And if I put the shackle right up on this bolt here, the sheave ends up sitting in the exact same spot as the other one. So the other thing about this, if I can get close here, you can see that this bolt here is all bent, and I'm assuming that that's a bolt that was replaced by the previous owner at some point, and he did not use the right bolt. So I'm going to see if I can get a shorter bolt that's got at least more thread on it and leaves the gap to be a lot smaller, so that'll decrease the chances of the new bolt bending the way this bolt does. So alright, there is actually one more block that needs replacing, and that's this guy right here. That is the jib halyard block, and you can see that. That one looks like it's in even worse condition than the other one. So what I'm going to do to replace this one, I did find another cheek block on eBay that I got a good deal on. But it has not arrived yet. But instead of waiting for this one to arrive from eBay, which actually has the potential not to fit exactly, I did measure it and it did look like it should fit, but it's a different kind. But still, you never know. Something could be a hair off. However, this same exact block is also on the tiller. So I think I'm going to take it off the tiller, throw it up here, and then put that one I got off of eBay onto the tiller once that arrives. So let's do that. Upon further inspection, I'm not sure this is the right move or not. I mean, the sheave is in better condition than the other one. Actually, there's like one small little nick in it, but it does look like it's probably close to on its way out for looking like the other one. Plus it's all bent as hell, so not 100% sure. Maybe we will just end up waiting until we get that other one back. or that other one in, I should say. Alright, 2 more blocks for the jump off. So yeah, today is wicked nice, and I don't feel like waiting for that antenna to come in, and I also don't feel like doing yard work. I feel like getting my boat set up. So I'm just gonna do it the real easy way, alright? And the easy way is just to give it a quick whistle, and then it should be all set. So there you go. Simple as that. Alright, so here she is. She is all rigged up with the new running rigging. Yep, feels really good to get this boat out from under that tarp and all rigged up. All brand new running rigging. Beautiful day out here. So while we're talking about running rigging and that kind of stuff, when I got all that stuff, I also got this cool sailor's knife. So yeah, I got this guy on Amazon. Again, I'll leave a link below. But I thought it was pretty cool. It's got the little anchor on there. The blade is a regular straight blade. No serration to it, which I was a little bummed out about. I kind of would have liked to have a straight and a serrated edge, just in case. But it is pretty sharp. So if there was ever a time where I needed to like cut a line, I have no doubts that this would get right through any of that 3/8 inch line. So that's pretty cool. Nice little blade, really sharp. So the blade does not lock. However, the Marlin strike, the Marlin spike, matey. Yeah, so the spike does lock. Which is, you know, that's something you want to lock, because if you're digging at knots and that kind of thing, this stays nice in put, no problems. And then to unlock it, you just pull back on this doohickey, and that will fold back up. And then I believe they actually call this a shackle wrench, which, yeah, sure, maybe, I don't know if I got any shackles that this would actually wrench on. But, yeah, that's that little gadget, too. So, yeah, nice, straight, sharp blade. Marlin spike. Very cool. Locks. Unlock it. Folds back up. Again, cool little anchor to fit the nautical themed action. If you like this pocket knife, you want to get one for yourself. Super cheap on Amazon. Click the link down below. Okay? Alright guys, I hope you don't mind, but at this point in the video we're going to take a brief time out for a quick advertisement, and then when we get back, I'm going to kind of stray off and do something new and maybe vlog a little bit more than I've ever vlogged before. So stay tuned, and when we get back, we're going to do that, okay?
I want to try.
Alright, I rigged up a hammock here.
That is dangerous.
Dangerous. I think I can get used to this. This is working out pretty nice. Ooh boy. Got the feet up. Beautiful day. Relaxing. The kids are all jelly. You think they're gonna get a turn, but Alright guys, I think this hammock is pretty sweet. It's gonna work out really good.
They're on Amazon. If you want one of these hammocks for yourself, make sure you check out the description below for a link, and you can get one yourself.
Alright, so I'm sitting here kind of rocking in the hammock. I thought I might do some like legit vlog action. So this kind of episode, even if you want to call that, is going to be kind of a short, quick one. All my videos and episodes so far have been really like subject driven. Like I'll do a video on one, specific project, and I'll compile it all together, even though it might not happen chronologically. And that's kind of the way I've been organizing my videos. However, sometimes that means that it's hard to post videos on a pretty consistent basis. So I thought I might try something new and just kind of throw something quick together, and give you something a little bit more in real time. I think the last episode that I posted, the sewing one, that probably all got finished up, maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, so that's a little behind, and I got a bunch of footage for the next one, where I'm working on the galley. I've been doing that over the course of the last, 3 or 4 weeks, so that's not this video is probably going to come out horrible with all the traffic and the kids and the dogs barking, but I'm going to do my best. So yeah, that video is, over the course of 3 to 4 weeks, so it's not exactly in real time. So I figured I'd give you a little bit more real-time update action. Just do a little bit of vlogging, a little bit of talking, a little bit of what's on my mind, and that kind of thing. I guess one thing that's been on my mind a lot lately is, and a lot of, there's been a few people that asked me in the comments below about this kind of subject. I guess you would call it my plans for the future. A couple people have asked me, like, do you plan on living aboard at some point? Obviously not in this boat, but, at some point, do I want to upgrade, get a bigger boat, that kind of thing? And the simple answer is, hell yeah. I definitely want to do that. Like, that is my goal. Well, let's put it a different way. My goal is to not freaking have to work anymore. You guys probably already know, if you're watching my previous episodes, that I do have a full-time job, 42-hour work week is what my company considers a normal full-time work week for a salaried manager, which is what I am. I'm a produce manager. We're on salary. They expect us to work 42 hours a week, and a lot of the times it ends up being more than 42 hours a week, which is complete bullcrap. But anyways, that's my life. I gotta pause this vlog because I'm a parent also. That's another thing that kind of happens. Oh, and look, I got other kids in my backyard that I never had given permission to be in my backyard. So I'll be right back. Alright, kids ended up going over the neighbors. So now, I got the whole yard to myself. So anyways, like I was saying, about work. Yeah, so I don't hate my job. I got a pretty decent gig. However, it's just, man, who wants to work? I mean, this sounds stupid to say out loud, but, like, seriously, like, spending every single day of your life at a job is just not an ideal way to live, if you ask me. And I kind of I didn't always have this perspective. I used to think, when I was younger, at least, not that I'm old, but when I was younger, in my 20s and stuff, I was never the kind of person that would be satisfied in being stagnant in their job. I always wanted to move forward once I've accomplished what I'm doing at the moment. So if I was a clerk, I wanted to become full-time. If I was full-time, I wanted to be an assistant. And when I was an assistant, I wanted to be a manager. And then when I was a manager, I wanted to be like an assistant store manager, because, again, we're talking grocery retail here. And just keep on moving up and up and up until I can't get up anymore, and just make boatloads of money and that kind of thing. But then, probably, when was the first one here? Actually, I can just kind of glance at it. 2008? Yeah, so in 2008, I'm looking at my tattoos. I don't know if anybody has noticed this, but I got a bunch of tattoos dedicated to the thing I'm about to talk about. So 2008 was the first time I ended up losing one of my friends. His name was John. And I just got a call at work one day from another one of my friends who told me he had passed away the night before due to health complications. He was diabetic, but he didn't exactly die of that. It was, I don't know, he had a lot of health complications. I'm not sure if they all stemmed from that or not, but it was just not healthy for the young guy that he was. And he ended up passing away overnight. Very peaceful, went to sleep, just kind of never woke up kind of thing. And that really hit me hard. Then, not too many years after that, another friend of mine, a girl named Liberty, who I was super, super close with in high school, definitely in high school, and then a little bit into my college years and stuff, we kind of grew apart, but she ended up dying of breast cancer, I think right around the age of 30, super young again. So she passed away, and that was probably about 7 years ago. So that happened, and again, that was kind of a bummer too. And then in 2013, I lost another friend, a really close friend, my buddy Joe. Me and Joe, we were another one I'd just known since high school, and we grew up, I used to be into skateboarding, and he was a rollerblader, and we kind of did our thing with our other group of friends, and I don't know, just super close guy, and we remained close all this time. And he ended up passing away in 2013. I won't get into too many details about that one, but it was not a pretty one. And the verdict is kind of still out there about what really happened. Basically, it was a gunshot wound to the head. A gunshot wound to the head, self-inflicted, but we're not 100% sure. We can call it suicide. But anyways, I digress. That's not the point of this conversation. The point is, I've lost 3 of my friends now, 3 close friends, all at a very, very young age. I'm now 37, and it's 2018 now, so 5 years after Joe passed away. But it really changes the way that you look at things in life. It changes what you kind of value in life. Basically, what I'm getting at is time here. So these 3 friends of mine, their time was obviously very limited. I am very fortunate enough to still be here. And hopefully I've got, a lot of time left. So the question becomes, like, what do I want to do with my time that I have here? Because we only get one go around, you know what I mean? Like, that's another thing that weighs on my mind. Like, I will die one of these days. Like, it's inevitable. Can't live forever. So what do I want to spend my limited time here on this planet, in this life, with these people, my family, and that sort of thing? What do I want to do with it? Like, do I want to dedicate all that time to a job, like to a company who doesn't really kind of give a damn about me? Like, they're not my family. I don't really have a, you know what I mean? Like, it's not anything, I don't know. I can't say they don't care about me, because I'm sure there's a lot of people at work that do care about me. I think you get what I'm trying to say. Like, do I want to spend and invest the limited amount of time that I have on this planet going to work every day at 6 o'clock and leaving work at 4 o'clock, just to come home, go to sleep exhausted, and do it all over again the next day, and repeat that for the next 30 more years of that? No. Hell no. Are you kidding me? No. I'm sorry. I know people don't like swearing, but no, I do not want to be doing that for the next 30 years of my damn life. Like, that is just a waste. 100% waste of waste of this blessed air. Like, have you ever done that? Have you just like breathed in air and been so happy to be alive? Like, I don't know. It all kind of stems from the experience of losing these 3 friends of mine, because they don't have that opportunity to kind of inhale and breathe the air on this earth and enjoy it, and enjoy the sunshine. Like, this right now is just heaven to me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be trapped indoors under a bunch of fluorescent bulbs, working, getting tired, pulling lessons. Like, I think I got like tennis elbow or something from working. It's a pain in the butt, and it's not what I want to do. So the question becomes, what do I want to do? And I don't know if it's just a coincidence that this kind of all happened at the same time that I got into the sailing thing, but I think it really fits the bill for what I want to do, and that is quit work and then just enjoy life, try to travel the world. Like, the world is huge, and I'm stuck in this little sliver in Western Massachusetts here, going to work every day, and it's not exactly what I'm after. I want to see what else is out there. Like, there's a whole big, beautiful planet out there that I want to experience. So the question is, how do I get there? And I just don't know at this point. I don't know how I get there. And the other big thing is, like, what about my family? I got 2 kids. I got a 7-year-old and a soon-to-be 6-year-old. I got a wife. She also has a full-time job. I'm not 100% sure she shares my opinions 100%. I mean, I'm sure if I offered her a deal to stop working for the rest of her life, she'd take me up on it. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure she's the living on a sailboat kind of person. But, I mean, we're going to kind of give it a test drive this summer on freestyle here. So anyways, that's another topic we can start thinking about. But there's one kind of thing that I'll mention happened at work. So I had my annual review not too long ago, and it was an awesome review. My boss said I was doing a great job. He really liked the way I could analyze things. What else did he say? He said I have a talent of looking into the future and solving problems ahead of time. He said the further up in the company you kind of go, the more of a tendency you need to be able to look further out into the future. So he liked kind of that quality that I possessed. Hopefully you can hear me over all this traffic. So long story short, he ended up recommending me for this program that they're doing right now. The fancy terminology for it in our company is LDP. It's a leadership and development program where you basically learn skills on how to become a better manager, so you're more prepared for that next step, that promotion in the future. So I agreed to it, and I was like, oh sweet, this is some good news. I'm really lucky. Like, I'm very humbled to have been picked for this. Only 6 individuals per zone in the company were picked, and that's probably a good 20 stores, so I was pretty flattered that I was one of the 6, and I accepted it. And there's some assignments that had to be done before the program even started, and I was kind of so invested in what I was doing in my own department at the time that I at least thought I had missed the first deadline to get this pre-work done. And at that moment, I kind of had this big wave of stress hit me, and realized, I kind of like I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I saw the future as to where this whole thing was going. And it was very stressful, and I saw a lot of extra time being put in, and a lot more commitment being put in. And I kind of had this epiphany that is not what I want. And I said to myself, what are you doing? And I kind of had this conversation with my friends, you know, later that night, and I was like, guys, like, what's the right path for me? And the conclusion I came up with is that is not the right path for me. So I went to work the next day and I told them, you know, I appreciate everything that has been offered to me, but I'm gonna back out of this program. And I also let them know that I do not seek any kind of promotion in the future. Basically, I am good where I'm at. And you know, my boss was very understanding of this. I kind of told him the whole story, and he thought, you know, that was fine. He accepted it. But after that conversation with my boss saying that I didn't want to be in that program anymore and I had no expectations of being promoted in the future, and I kind of just want to, you know, put my career to a stop, basically. And just that alone was like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. You know, I can't even imagine what it must feel like to actually quit work, because just saying I don't want to progress in work was a huge burden lifted off my shoulders, and I felt so much better afterwards, and I've kind of been in a great mood ever since. So I mean, it's kind of like the first step in the right direction, so that's why I brought it up. I thought it was kind of relevant because it's almost kind of like baby steps to quitting your job kind of a thing. But still, I mean, that's just one step, and that's where I'm at right now. And the next step is where the big question mark is. Like, I don't know how I can cut work back down. I don't really see a way to quit work and still be able to sustain my current life. I mean, I got a house I got to pay a mortgage on, I got 2 kids I got to feed, I got a wife, you know, and all that stuff, car payments, that kind of crap, credit card debt, and we're working really hard at paying all that down and getting that under control. So I guess that's kind of like where my next step is getting out of debt. And we're chipping away at it slowly enough. So I'd like to get to that point. And in the meantime, I'm also kind of reading some blogs and stuff about money management and ways you can generate income and without like working a lot, basically. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not exactly sure. So right now, all right, I'll lay this out. My current plan, which is not a permanent set in stone kind of plan, but my current plan is keep doing what I'm doing basically until I'm 50. And that would be 13 years instead of 60. And that would put my youngest child at 18. Because I do plan on raising kids that are not dependent on their parents and can be self-sufficient at 18 years old. So basically, I see my point of freedom to start being, you know, me without having to worry about being a parent as much. I know I'm always going to be a parent, but as much. I can get a little bit of that freedom back at the age of 50, because my youngest will then be 18. He should be able to, you know, be going away to college or whatever. I think college is kind of a waste of time. I did it and didn't really. Anyways, that's a whole nother freaking topic. Whatever he's gonna do at 18, he can do. At that point, hopefully I have some money saved. Hopefully I have some different streams of income, which will be smaller streams. I don't expect to be making what I make for a salary, but smaller streams of income. And I will also have assets such as a home that I could potentially rent or sell and get the equity, but I think renting would be the smarter choice. If we're serious about doing the boat thing, you know, we would have cars we can sell. All of our accumulated garbage we could sell, which I'm kind of kicking myself for. I was always the kind of guy that loved just toys. As you can see, I got 3 boats. Sorry, I swore again. But it's not even just the boats. Like, I was the guy that wanted the big TV. I got, you know, the Xbox. I got, you know, I had all the crap. So we got all that stuff that I can just sell and get rid of, bit by bit. So basically, I think the term would be liquidable assets that I can sell off. So basically, all that combined would be kind of like my my cruising kitty for 5 years. And then after 5 years is when I believe you can start tapping into your 401k. 55, I think you can get your 401k without taking penalties on it and legit retire. And then hopefully my 401k will be enough to get me through to where you can start to get Social Security. And then hopefully 401k and Social Security combined can get me through to the point where I suddenly finding myself unable to manhandle a sailboat and I have to get back on land. So that's kind of like my plan. So yeah, do what I'm doing now, pay off debt, you know, still be a produce manager. So yeah, basically do what I'm doing now, be a produce manager, not worry about impressing anybody to become anything else. Hey, I get an annual raise anyways, so it's not like I'm going to stop making more money. Pay off all my debts. Invest into my 401k. And then when I hit the age of 50 years old, I should be able to quit my job. Sell off all my liquidable assets to survive for 5 years. And then at 55 is when I can start accessing my 401k and live off that until I'm 65 or whenever it is that you can start tapping into Social Security and kind of start doing that as a combined thing. So that's what I see as the most likely scenario at this point. Like that, I can see all working. However, that doesn't mean I'm not open to any other ideas where I can get at that lifestyle a lot sooner, because the sooner the better, if you ask me. If I freaking pick a lottery and become a millionaire, I'll do it tomorrow. The only other thing you gotta think about is what's best for the kids. Do you want to pull the kids out of school and do the whole homeschooling thing? Are they on board with that? Is my wife on board with that? Can I actually live in a small confined space with my wife and 2 kids, 4 people, small boat? I don't know about that. Again, not this boat, but a boat. It seems kind of cramped. They kind of drive me crazy enough as it is in this house. And so yeah, I got these 3 other people, my kids and my wife, that I gotta consider. Like, is that the lifestyle they want? I don't know. So this is all weighing on my mind, and this hammock is blowing in my face, and the kids are back from playing at the neighbors. So I think we're gonna leave it there. All right. So yeah, the kids are back from the neighbors. They need me. So basically, I'm gonna wrap this vlog action up here. Anyways, guys, I hope. I know this was kind of different from my other episodes. Hope I don't piss any of you off, any of my subscribers, by putting this out there. But hey, I might start, if you do like it, give me the thumbs up. I'll keep on vlogging like this on a regular basis, so I can probably get videos out a lot quicker that way. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this afternoon. And maybe eventually I'll get my ass out of this hammock, but it's really comfortable. Alright, until next time. See ya. Alright guys, again, a little bit different format than usual. If you liked this, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and let me know. If you didn't like it, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Actually, you know what? Don't do the thumbs down, because YouTube hates thumbs down, alright? So only thumbs down if, like, you hate me in general. But if you're not a fan of, you know, the more vlogging, personal aspect of the way this video was, kindly let me know in the comment section below, and I will kind of revert back to my original style of making videos and make them more subject orientated and a little bit less personal, a little bit less talky. So either way, just let me know, but definitely thumbs up me, because that will just help my my channel and my videos and all that good stuff. Don't thumbs down me unless you hate my guts, alright? But definitely share your opinions in the comments below, alright? Thank you. And I think, yeah, we're going to wrap it up now. I just got a few more clicks of the button, and then we'll be good to go to upload, alright? Alright, guys, thanks again as always. Thanks for subscribing. And thank you for all my patrons. You guys are awesome. You are the lifeblood. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me and all your generosity. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, share, become a patron. Till next time. See ya.